I kept checking my watch even though I was already on time. The small cafe smelled like roasted coffee and warm bread, but none of it calmed me. I kept whispering to myself, relax, Aariz. She probably wants to talk about the dinner tonight. I forced a smile when I finally saw Hania walk in, but the moment I looked into her eyes, something in my chest tightened. Hania, I said softly, you look tense. Is everything okay? She didn't sit right away. She just stood there, staring at me like she was about to confess a crime. Aariz, we need to talk, she replied, her voice shaking a little. I figured, I joked weakly. Everyone's stressing about the announcement dinner. Don't worry, we. No, she cut in. It's not about the dinner. My smile faded. Then what is it? She finally sat down, but she sat far from me, like I carried something dangerous. Aariz, she whispered, I can't do this anymore. I blinked. Do what? Plan the wedding? No, she said again. I can't marry you. The words felt like someone pressed a blade straight into my ribs. Hania, what are you talking about? We've been planning this for months. We've been together for 5 years. You told me. I know what I told you, she said, brushing her fingers through her hair, but things changed. Changed how? I leaned closer. Did I do something wrong? Did something happen? Talk to me. She looked away. Aariz, I need stability. I need a life where I don't have to worry every day. I need security. I'm working hard, I said. You know I am. The hospital is slow but I'm moving forward. My fellowship applications are. Aariz, she interrupted, I don't want to spend years waiting for your life to start. I felt my throat burn. My life has already started. You're part of it. I was, she said quietly. But I can't continue like this. I tried to breathe, but every breath felt like I was swallowing hot sand. So you're breaking our engagement because I'm not rich enough yet? She flinched. Don't say it like that. How else should I say it? I whispered. Tell me the truth, Hania. She closed her eyes, and for a moment I hoped she'd take everything back. But when she opened them, all hope died. I accepted someone else's proposal, she said. My heart actually stopped. What? There's a man, she continued, someone who can give me the stability I need. My voice cracked. Who? Zayden Shah. My head spun. You mean the businessman? The guy who owns half the plazas on the east side? Yes, she whispered. I held the edge of the table because I genuinely felt like I might fall. So all this time, you were planning to leave me? No, she said quickly. It happened recently. My parents introduced us. They think he's a better match. And what do you think? I asked. Do you love him? Her silence was louder than any answer. I laughed a broken, painful laugh. Wow. 5 years, Hania. 5 years. And you throw it away for money? I'm choosing security, she said. I'm choosing a future I can count on. And I wasn't a future. I asked. You were, hope, she whispered. But hope doesn't pay bills. Hope doesn't build a home. Hope doesn't guarantee anything. So you want guarantees, I said. Not love. I need a stable life, she replied. Please try to understand. No, I said, shaking my head, I don't understand. And I don't think I ever will. She wiped her eyes but didn't apologize. I'm sorry, Aariz. I really am. But this is final. I stared at her, trying to memorize her face because I knew the person sitting in front of me wasn't the woman I loved anymore. Does he know you were engaged? Yes, she said quietly. He said it doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't, I muttered. He has money. That's all that matters here. Aariz. No, I whispered, standing up. You made your choice. She didn't stop me when I walked out. She didn't run after me. She didn't call my name. She just stayed seated in that yellow-lit cafe, letting me walk away like I was nothing. When I reached home, Amy looked at my empty face and asked, Beta, where is Hania? I swallowed hard. She's not coming. Abba stared at me in confusion. What do you mean she's not coming? She left, I said. She chose someone else. Amy put her hand to her mouth. Ya Allah, why? I whispered, because I wasn't enough. Abba sighed heavily. Maybe she wanted someone more successful. Maybe you were moving too slow. Every word felt like another punch to my already broken chest. That night, I lay in my room, staring at the ceiling, feeling a darkness swallow me whole. Everything I built my life around, every dream, every plan, collapsed in a single afternoon. And the worst part was simple. I still loved her. Even after she shattered me. I woke up the next morning feeling like someone had taken a hammer to my chest. My room felt colder than usual. I pulled myself out of bed only because Amy knocked softly and said, Beta, breakfast is ready if you want it. I'm not hungry, I replied, my voice cracked. She paused. Aariz, you need strength. I don't have any strength left, I whispered, but she had already walked away. When I stepped into the living room, the silence hit me harder than any words. My relatives were visiting. I heard my cousin whisper, he must have done something. Why would she leave otherwise? Another voice replied, maybe he wasn't ambitious enough. Hania always wanted a stable life. I clenched my jaw. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I just walked past them. My uncle tried to talk to me. Aariz, Beta, maybe this is a sign. A sign that I'm not good enough. I snapped. He lifted his hands. I didn't say that. You didn't have to, I said and walked away. I stepped outside for air, but the world felt too loud. My phone buzzed. Ryan called. Bro, I heard, he said immediately. Where are you? Outside. Trying to breathe. I'm coming. Don't, I said. I'm not in the mood to talk. Well, too bad, he replied. You're stuck with me. 20 minutes later, he showed up and looked me in the eye. How are you holding up? How do you think? I asked. The girl I loved for 5 years left me because I couldn't buy her a luxury life. She didn't deserve you, he said. That's supposed to make me feel better. I muttered. No, he admitted. But it's true. I sat on the steps, staring at the road. She moved on so fast, Ryan. Like I was nothing. Ryan hesitated, then sighed. Aariz, there's something I need to tell you. My stomach dropped. What now? They got engaged. I froze. Who? Hania and Zayden. My pulse spiked. When? Last night, he said quietly. Right after she ended things with you. I laughed, but it sounded broken. 1 week. She left me 1 week ago. Bro, he whispered, she must have been seeing him before. I buried my face in my hands. I can't believe this. She told me she needed stability. Turns out she just needed money. You don't deserve this, he said again. I know what I deserve, I said sharply. And apparently, it's humiliation. Ryan sat beside me. You're not alone, Aariz. I feel alone, I whispered. I feel worthless. You're not. You're one of the smartest people I know. That doesn't matter. She didn't leave because I'm stupid. She left because I'm not rich. He hesitated. Money changes people. No, I said. Money reveals people. We sat in silence until my phone buzzed again. It was the hospital. I almost didn't answer. Hello? I said. Aariz? This is Dr. Sophia, a calm voice replied. Are you available to come in today? I wanted to discuss something important. I don't know, I said. You sound troubled, she noticed. Is everything all right? Not really, I said. But I'll come. Good. I'll be waiting. Ryan looked at me. You okay to go? No, I said. But I should. At the hospital, Dr. Sophia looked up from her desk. You look exhausted. I haven't slept, I said. What happened? My fiancé left me, I blurted out. She got engaged to someone richer. Her expression softened. Aariz, I'm sorry. I shrugged. Everyone says that. Well, I mean it, she replied. And I won't pretend I can fix your heart. But maybe I can help you redirect the pain. How? I asked. Have you thought about the fellowship program I mentioned? She asked. The medical research training abroad? I shook my head. I don't think I have the energy for anything. That's exactly why you should consider it, she said. You're talented. You're disciplined. You need a fresh start. I don't know, I whispered. Right now I feel like I can't even breathe. That's grief talking, she said gently. Don't let one betrayal decide your whole future. Maybe she was right, I said. Maybe I'm not enough. She leaned forward. Don't ever say that again. I looked away. You don't understand. Then explain, she insisted. I gave her everything I could, I said. But it wasn't enough. She wanted more. That doesn't make you less, she replied. It makes her impatient. You're growing. That takes time. I feel like a failure. You're not, she said. You're hurting. That's different. I swallowed hard. Why do you believe in me? Because I've seen your work, she said. Because you have something most people don't, heart. I almost laughed. Heart didn't help me. It will, she said firmly. If you let it. Her words hit something inside me. For the first time since the breakup, I felt a tiny spark in the darkness. Think about the program, she said. It might be the new beginning you need. When I stepped outside, Ryan called again. How did it go? She wants me to join a program abroad. And? I don't know, I said honestly. I feel scared. Bro, fear means you're alive, he said. And maybe this is your moment. I breathed deeply. Maybe. It wasn't hope yet. But it was something close. I stared at my phone, telling myself I was only checking notifications, not looking for pain. But the moment the screen lit up, the first photo hit me like a hard punch. Hania and Zayden were standing close, too close, smiling into the camera. The caption said, "Finally found the right one." I whispered, seriously. Already, but my voice sounded more like a breath than a question. I clicked the next photo anyway, even though my hands were already shaking. Why am I doing this to myself? I murmured. But I kept scrolling, another picture, then another. Her comments were glowing, his replies were flirty, and people were congratulating them like they'd just achieved something noble. My chest tightened. So that's it? I was just a placeholder. The room felt smaller, like the walls were inching closer. I dropped the phone onto my bed and ran a hand through my hair. I can't keep living like this. I can't keep breaking every time someone else moves on. I walked to the mirror, staring at the tired version of myself. When did you become so weak? I asked the reflection. My eyes stung, but the tears didn't fall. Not this time. Something inside me was shifting, scraping, snapping, realigning. I grabbed my laptop, opening the email from Dr. Sophia that I'd ignored for weeks. She had written, "Apply. Even if you think you won't get in. You're capable." I had laughed at the time, telling myself she was simply being polite. But now, looking at the mess I'd become, her words felt like a lifeline. "Fine," I sighed. "Let's just try." I opened the fellowship application. It was long, complicated, intimidating. I muttered complaints under my breath as I typed, "They'll reject me anyway," and "This is pointless," and finally, "At least it will distract me." My fingers hesitated over every answer, every essay box, but I kept pushing through. When I hit submit, I leaned back and exhaled. There. Happy? I asked no one. Days passed. I busied myself with work, pretending I wasn't waiting for a reply, pretending I wasn't checking my email every hour. Every time I saw Hania's posts, something in me clenched, but there was also a small spark, a stubborn hope that maybe I could escape this life I kept drowning in. Then, one morning, my phone buzzed with a notification. I glanced at it lazily until I saw the sender. International Medical Fellowship Council. My heart thumped so loudly I could hear it. "No way," I whispered. My thumb hovered over the email for a full 10 seconds before I forced myself to open it. "We are pleased to inform you." I gasped. Oh my God. No. No, this can't be real. I read the line again, and again, and again. My mouth fell open as the truth settled in. I got in. My voice trembled. I actually got in. I sat on the edge of my bed, clutching the phone like it might disappear if I blinked too hard. My throat tightened. "This is happening," I whispered. "I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving." But the excitement twisted almost instantly into fear. What if I fail? What if I can't keep up? What if they realize I don't deserve this? My thoughts spiraled, crashing into each other. What if I'm just running away instead of growing up? I pressed my palms to my eyes, trying to steady my breathing. "No," I said aloud. "Not this time. I'm not backing out. I'm not breaking again." I stood up, pacing the room. I have to go. I have to try. Even if I'm terrified. I began packing slowly, talking to myself as I folded clothes. "You're doing this for you, not for them." I placed my medical books into the suitcase. "You deserve to start over." I zipped the bag, forcing a shaky smile. "This time, I'm choosing me." When I reached the airport, the final wave of fear hit me so hard I had to grip my luggage handle. "It's okay," I whispered. "Just breathe. You're allowed to leave." But before boarding, I opened my chat with Hania one last time. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. I didn't want to beg. I didn't want closure. I just wanted honesty. I typed slowly, deliberately. "Thank you for showing me who I should never become." I hit send, turned off my phone, and walked toward the gate without looking back. I stepped off the plane and felt the cold air hit me like a slap. My suitcase rattled behind me as I dragged it through the terminal. Everything smelled different, sterile, new, fast. I muttered to myself, "Okay, Aariz, you can do this. You have to." A uniformed assistant approached. "Mr. Khan. Welcome. Shuttle to the campus is this way." "Thank you," I said, my voice shaky. I tried to look confident, but my stomach twisted. The shuttle ride was quiet. I stared out the window at buildings taller than anything back home. This is it, I thought. No turning back now. By the time I reached the dorms, exhaustion hit me, but I had no time to rest. Orientation started in 30 minutes. I dumped my luggage and rushed to the lecture hall. Students were chatting in groups, laughing and comparing notes. Everyone looked accomplished, intimidating. I swallowed. I hope they don't notice I'm just me, I whispered. A girl with sharp glasses smiled at me. You're new here? Yeah. Aariz, I said. First day. Elena, she replied. Don't worry. You'll survive. Most of us are just pretending we know everything anyway. I laughed softly. Glad I'm not the only pretender. She grinned. Stick with me. You'll be okay. I nodded, feeling slightly relieved. Her presence was calming, like a lifeline in a storm. Class started, and Dr. Liam Carter entered. He was tall, imposing, and his gaze swept the room like a predator checking his territory. Welcome, he said, voice firm. I hope you're ready. This program doesn't forgive laziness. I straightened in my chair, trying to look competent. Yes, sir, I said. He ignored me and started explaining the project: complex algorithms, clinical simulations, biosensor integration. My head spun. How am I supposed to keep up? I thought. Everyone here is so advanced. After class, I tried to catch him. Dr. Carter. I said. Excuse me, could you clarify something about the simulation exercise? He glanced at me coldly. You're behind already. Why do you think I have time to explain? I started. No, he interrupted. Figure it out yourself. I felt my chest tighten. Yes, sir, I muttered, trying not to crumble. Elena leaned over. Don't let him scare you. Carter likes to test people. If you survive, you'll be fine. I don't know if I can survive, I admitted. You will, she said firmly. I'll help. The first week was brutal. Labs, lectures, late nights. I barely slept. I'd often catch myself muttering under my breath, I can't do this. I'm not enough. But slowly, things shifted. I stayed after hours, tinkering with a prototype for a health monitoring device. My hands ached, my eyes stung, but I kept at it. One evening, Dr. Carter approached. Con. You're still here? Yes, sir, I said, my voice tight. He leaned against the table. I've been watching. You're stubborn. Most students would have quit by now. I can't quit, I said quietly. I have too much riding on this. He raised an eyebrow. Interesting. Most people say the same thing, but they don't actually mean it. I mean it, I insisted. I want to learn. I want to make something that matters. He studied me for a long moment. Keep working. Don't waste your stubbornness on small things. Aim higher. That night, Elena stayed with me while I tested sensors. You're obsessed, she said, laughing. I have to be, I admitted. I don't want to be someone who gives up. Not again. You're already stronger than most, she said. I can see it. Her words stayed with me as I left the lab, exhausted but alive. For the first time in months, I felt like I was moving forward instead of running from the past. Weeks passed. Small victories, successful simulations, positive feedback from Dr. Carter, even a nod of approval from Elena, built momentum. My device concept started taking shape. It could detect early health anomalies using portable sensors, something that could really help people. I scribbled notes furiously, thinking, this could be my mark. My chance to matter. Late one night, alone in the lab, I whispered, I'm not the broken guy anymore. I'm building something real. Brick by brick. I felt a quiet pride, tempered with lingering pain from Hania's betrayal. But now, instead of breaking me, that pain was fuel. Every prototype, every calculation, every exhausted night was a step toward reclaiming my life. Elena popped her head in. Still here? Yes, I said, smiling tiredly. Can't stop now. Not when it's finally starting to feel like me. She grinned. Good. I'll hold you accountable. I laughed softly. I don't mind. I need someone to make sure I don't quit. You won't, she said firmly. Not now. Not ever. And for the first time since I left home, I believed her. Brick by brick, I was starting to rebuild myself. I walked into the conference hall, clutching my laptop and my notes. My palms were sweaty, but I forced a smile. Okay, Aariz, I whispered to myself. Time to prove it. Next up, the announcer said, Aariz Khan presenting the HealthSense biomonitor prototype. I stepped onto the stage, eyes scanning the crowd. Investors, researchers, students, everyone looking serious, judging every move. I cleared my throat. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aariz Khan, and today I'll be presenting a portable health monitoring device that detects early anomalies in real time. A hand shot up from the front row. How accurate is it? Someone asked. I smiled. We've achieved 97% accuracy in clinical simulations. And the device is wearable, compact, and adaptable for multiple health metrics. The questions kept coming, technical, challenging, but I answered each one. I felt my confidence grow with every response. By the time I finished, there was a round of applause. I couldn't help but grin. This is real, I thought. I'm actually doing this. Later, backstage, Elena nudged me. You crushed it, she whispered. I didn't think I could do this, I admitted. I still feel like I'm dreaming. You're not dreaming, she said firmly. You earned every bit of this. I laughed softly, shaking my head. I just hope they don't notice how nervous I still am. They do, she said. But they also notice the effort. You're building a reputation. That afternoon, I met Mr. Daniels, a sharp-looking investor with a tailored suit. Mr. Khan, your presentation was impressive, he said, shaking my hand firmly. Thank you, sir, I replied, trying to sound confident. Your device has potential, he continued. I'd like to discuss funding for development and trials. I blinked. Funding? You mean, actual investment? Yes, he said, smiling. You've got a rare combination of innovation and determination. Let's set up a meeting. I stepped outside after the meeting, my legs shaking. Elena, did that just happen? It did, she laughed. Congratulations. You're officially on people's radar. I couldn't stop smiling. Months ago, I couldn't even imagine leaving my heartbreak behind. And now, this? You've worked for it, she said. Every late night, every prototype, every moment you didn't quit, it's paying off. I exhaled, letting myself savor the feeling. I still can't believe it. I'm someone people notice. Someone who matters. My phone buzzed. Dr. Sophia. Aariz, her message read. I saw your presentation online. Incredible. I always knew you had it in you. Be proud. I stared at the screen, my chest tightening. I am proud, and I'm still scared. You should be scared, Elena said, but use it. Fear sharpens you. You've turned it into momentum. I laughed softly. Months ago, I thought I'd never feel strong again. And now, I paused, thinking of Hania and everything I'd left behind. Now I finally feel like I'm in control. Elena smiled. You are. Over the next weeks, recognition grew. Invitations to seminars, requests for interviews, and emails from investors became normal. Every time I presented, I reminded myself of how far I'd come. I survived, I rebuilt, I'm making something real. One evening, as I checked emails, a new message popped up. I froze. The sender, Hania Malik. I tapped it open, my heart pounding. Her words, Aariz, can we talk? I blinked. My chest tightened. Every old scar flared. I could feel the hurt, the betrayal, the humiliation, all rushing back. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. Should I reply? I whispered to myself. Elena looked over. Who's it from? Hania, I said quietly. She wants to talk. Elena's eyes widened. Wow, what are you going to do? I shook my head. Nothing. I'm leaving it on read. You sure? She asked. Yes, I said firmly. I didn't ask for closure before, and I don't need it now. I've built my life. I'm not going back. I locked my phone and leaned back, letting a sigh escape. Months ago, I was broken. Now I'm standing on my own. Elena nudged me gently. And stronger than you ever thought you could be. I smiled, tired but proud. I still feel the pain sometimes, I admitted. But it doesn't control me anymore. That's growth, she said. Not forgetting. Just moving forward. I laughed softly. I didn't know I could do it. I really didn't. And now, I paused, looking around the lab and seminar rooms. I can't believe this life is mine. All of this, my research, my ideas, my chance to make a difference. Elena smiled. You earned it. All of it. I thought about Dr. Carter, Dr. Sophia, and even the nights I spent alone, doubting myself. Every moment had led here. You're right, I said softly. Every failure, every heartbreak, it brought me to this. And I'm not stopping now. I opened my laptop again, checking the prototype's latest simulation results. Brick by brick, I whispered. I'm building my life. Finally. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was truly free. My phone buzzed for the 5th time that morning. Another message from Hania. Aariz, please, just hear me out. I made a terrible mistake. I never stopped thinking about you. I was wrong. Everything is falling apart, and I scrolled past it without reading. My thumb hovered for a second, but I resisted. Not today, I whispered. Not ever. Ryan's voice called in my head. Don't engage. Let karma do the work. I nodded to myself, though I was thousands of miles away. Weeks went by, and her messages piled up. Long paragraphs full of apologies, regrets, and begging. I read snippets here and there, my chest tightened, but I didn't reply. Then, a call from home changed everything. Aariz. You won't believe it. Ryan's voice was frantic. What happened? I asked, gripping my desk. It's Hania. Or Zayden, he stammered. Amara told me, Zayden's companies are under investigation. Fraud, tax evasion, the works. The media's blowing up. I froze. Wait. What? Zayden? The guy with all the money? Exactly. And Hania, she's freaking out. Thought she had the perfect life, but it's crumbling fast, Ryan said. I let out a slow breath. I don't know if I should feel anything. You're human, Ryan said softly. Of course you feel something. But don't let her drag you back. I nodded silently, staring at the ceiling. Her life falling apart, and I'm here, building mine. The next day, Hania tried calling me. The number flashed across my screen. My fingers trembled. I wanted to scream, to run, to answer, and yet, I didn't. I let it ring. Ryan laughed when I told him. You're stronger than you think. I don't feel strong, I admitted. I feel conflicted. Angry, sad, everything at once. You're supposed to, he said. It's natural. But you're not weak anymore. Later that evening, curiosity gnawed at me. I swiped open her last message. Aariz, please. I was blind. I thought money could replace love. I see now that I threw everything away. Please, just talk to me once. I stared at it for a long time. My chest tightened, memories of betrayal and heartbreak resurfacing. My first instinct was to delete it, but another part of me wanted to hear her voice. I dialed. Hello. Her voice was trembling. Hania, I said, my own voice shaking despite myself. Aariz, I know I hurt you. I see it now. I made a terrible mistake. Her words rushed out in a flood. I said quietly, my mind a mix of old pain and newfound strength. I saw everything. The posts, the engagement, the Zayden. I know. It was wrong. I didn't understand what I had with you. I thought money and comfort mattered more, but I was blind. Her voice cracked, and I could hear tears. I closed my eyes. And now? Everything's falling apart, Aariz. I'm terrified. I thought I was clever, but I was just selfish. I regret it all. I let the silence stretch. Part of me wanted to yell, to scream, to remind her of the pain she caused. But another part, stronger now, just listened. This is not breaking me. This is evidence of growth. I don't know what to say, I whispered. I'm not the same person I was. I know, she said softly, almost pleading. But, please, just one chance to explain. I laughed bitterly. Explain? Hania, you already explained. You chose him over me. And look where that's gotten you. There was a pause. Aariz, please, I'm begging. I was wrong. Stop, I said firmly. I hear you. I understand your regret. But I don't need you anymore. I've moved on. I'm building my life brick by brick, and nothing you say or do will change that. Even now, she whispered. Even now, I said. My voice strengthened. I've seen how far I've come, Hania. I'm proud of myself. You breaking down doesn't undo my growth. Her voice cracked, defeated. I never thought I'd lose you. Not like this. You did, I said softly. But I didn't lose me. And that's what matters. She was silent for a long moment, then whispered, I'm sorry, Aariz. Truly. I let it sink in. My chest loosened slightly. I know. We ended the call, and I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I didn't feel hollow. I felt, something I hadn't felt in years, empowered. I sat back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. This is proof, I thought. Proof that I survived. Proof that I'm stronger than my past. Ryan texted shortly after, how did it go? I typed back simply, she's regretting. I'm thriving. That's all that matters. I set the phone aside and smiled faintly. Outside, the news kept flashing, Zayden's empire crumbling, companies collapsing. Hania's perfect life was unraveling before my eyes. And I realized something powerful, I no longer needed to hurt or gloat. The universe was taking care of karma on its own. I whispered to myself, quietly but firmly, I survived her betrayal. I survived the heartbreak. And now, I'm untouchable. The past still existed, but it no longer controlled me. For the first time, I felt unshakable. I saw her before she even spoke. Hania stepped off the plane, dragging her suitcase like she carried the weight of the world. She looked different. Not glamorous, not confident, drained. Lost. I couldn't believe it was her. Hania. I stammered, my voice catching in my throat. She froze, her eyes wide. Our eyes. I had to see you. I took a step back instinctively. Why? After everything? Her lips trembled. I need to apologize. I've made terrible mistakes. I still love you. I blinked, trying to process. Love? After 5 years of betrayal and heartbreak? Love? Hania, do you even understand what that word means? I know I hurt you. I know I betrayed you. I was selfish, blinded by money and pride. I see that now, she said, her voice cracking. But I never stopped thinking about you. I laughed bitterly, the sound hollow. You never stopped thinking about me? Hania, you moved on faster than anyone could imagine. And now, what? You want a second chance because life didn't go as planned? Her eyes welled up with tears. No. I'm not asking for a second chance. I'm asking for your forgiveness. Please, Aariz. I can't live with what I did. I stared at her, my heart pounding. Memories of the dinner, the cafe, the words she spat like poison, Aariz. I need stability, and you can't give me what I want. My chest ached, my fists clenched. I don't know if I can forgive you, I admitted, my voice shaking. You broke me, Hania. You humiliated me. You chose a man for money while I gave you everything. I know, she whispered, tears falling freely now. I know. And I deserve your anger. I deserve your hatred. I just can't stop regretting it. I looked at her, really looked, for the first time. She wasn't the woman I remembered, confident, manipulative, untouchable. She was fragile. Broken. And part of me wanted to help. But I shook my head. No. I can't let you in. Not now. Not ever. You had your chance. She stepped closer. Please, Aariz, hear me. I made a mistake. I was blind. I love you. I still do. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my shaking hands. Hania. I loved you more than you deserved. I loved you with everything I had, and you broke me. And I will never let you break me again. Her shoulders slumped, her gaze dropping to the floor. I understand, she whispered. You understand? I repeated, my voice rising. Do you understand what it meant to have my heart in your hands and throw it away for money? Yes. I do, she said quietly. Every day I regret it. Every single day. I stepped back, my eyes stinging. You think saying that fixes anything? It doesn't. You can't undo what you did. You can't erase the pain, the humiliation. You can't take back the years of trust you destroyed. I know, she said, her voice barely audible. But I had to try, even if only to let you know I see it. I see everything. I shook my head, feeling a strange mixture of anger and pity. I don't want to hear it anymore, Hania. Your words can't hurt me, not like they used to. I'm not the same man who cried over you. Her tears fell faster, and she whispered, I'm so sorry, Aariz. I really am. I know you are, I said softly. But knowing isn't enough. You can't take back what you've done. You can't undo the pain. All you can do now, is leave. She looked up at me, trembling. Is that it? That's all you'll say? Yes, I said firmly. It's closure. Not reconciliation. I've moved on. I'm stronger now. And you need to go figure out who you are without breaking anyone else in the process. Her lips quivered. I understand. She turned slowly, dragging her suitcase behind her. Every step she took felt heavy, weighted with regret. I watched her leave, the hall echoing with her sobs. When she was gone, I sank into a chair, my chest still tight, but lighter than it had been in years. I whispered to myself, closure, finally. Elena's words from months ago came to mind, you're stronger than you think. And I finally believed them. I let the silence stretch, letting her absence fill the room. No anger, no bitterness, just quiet strength. I had faced the person who destroyed me, and I hadn't broken. I whispered again, softly but firmly, I survived her. I survived the past. And I'm free. For the first time in a long time, I felt it, real closure. The stage lights blinded me at first, but then I focused. 100 cameras, thousands of eyes, all waiting for me. My palms were sweaty, but the old fear, the fear of failure, of being weak, was gone. I cleared my throat. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aariz Khan, and today I want to share something I've built from the ground up. A murmur of interest rippled through the crowd. I felt my chest tighten, not from nerves, but from the weight of everything that had brought me here. Elena nudged me gently from the side. You're ready, she whispered. I smiled at her. I think I am. Or, at least I finally believe I am. Believe it. You've earned it. I stepped forward. This project started as an idea in a small lab, during nights I couldn't sleep. It started because of failure, heartbreak, and a relentless drive to not let life break me again. Applause echoed. I paused, letting it wash over me. A journalist's voice called out, Aariz, what made you push through all the obstacles? I smiled faintly. Pain made me push. Betrayal became fuel. Every setback, every disappointment. I used it as a stepping stone. Another hand raised. Did someone ever make you doubt yourself? I inhaled sharply. Yes. Many times. People I trusted, people I loved, they left me, humiliated me, made me question my worth. But here I am. Stronger, focused, unstoppable. I saw her before I could look away, Hania, in the back row, hidden behind sunglasses. I didn't flinch. I didn't feel rage. Just, a quiet satisfaction. She was witnessing the life she threw away. I whispered to myself, you wanted stability. You wanted comfort. And this is my life. Built alone, brick by brick, from the ashes you left behind. Elena leaned closer. You okay? I've never been better, I said softly. It's surreal, isn't it? Standing here, knowing the world is watching. She smiled. You belong here. And maybe, someday, someone will belong here with you. I glanced at her, considering the possibility. The pain of the past still lingered, but it didn't weigh me down. Not anymore. The moderator called, Mr. Khan, your speech is inspiring. Any advice for young innovators out there? I took a deep breath. Don't let anyone define your worth. Don't let betrayal or failure stop you. Every scar, every mistake, every heartbreak, it can become your fuel if you let it. Build your dream, no matter what the world takes from you. Applause filled the room again, louder this time. I looked out into the crowd, scanning faces. People were nodding, taking notes, inspired. And I felt whole. Backstage, Elena laughed softly. You crushed it. Honestly, I'm proud, and I didn't even build it. I chuckled, shaking my head. I can't believe it. I'm standing here, and it feels unreal. Like I'm living someone else's life. But it's mine. Finally mine. She nudged me. And you did it on your own. Not just the project, the whole, you. Look at yourself. I studied my reflection in the glass. The tired eyes were still there, but brighter, sharper. The man staring back at me wasn't the boy who cried over Hania, who doubted himself endlessly. He was someone who had survived, who had transformed every ounce of pain into purpose. I laughed softly. It's strange. All those nights I spent broken, I never imagined this. The life she threw away, became the life I fought to earn. Elena smiled, quietly, understanding the gravity in my words. You've come far, Aariz. And, you deserve every bit of it. I leaned back, closing my eyes for a moment. The applause, the cameras, the speeches, it all blurred into one overwhelming wave. But instead of feeling small, I felt enormous. The boy who once felt worthless was now standing at the summit of his own life. Ready for the afterparty? Elena asked. I nodded. Yeah. But first. I just want to breathe this in. One moment to remember what it feels like to truly be free. She looked at me with quiet approval. Take it. You earned this, and so much more. I inhaled deeply, letting the air fill my lungs. Every betrayal, every sleepless night, every painful message from the past, it had led me here. I smiled, truly smiled, unburdened. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew karma had done its part. Not loudly, not vindicatively, just, perfectly. I glanced at the empty seat where Hania had watched, and I whispered softly, without anger, this is the life you threw away, and it's mine now. Mine, because I fought for it. Mine, because I refused to break again. The world was watching, yes. But for the first time, I was watching myself, and I liked what I saw. The ocean stretched endlessly before me. Waves lapped at my feet, cold and steady. I breathed in deeply, tasting salt and freedom. I can't believe it. I finally feel, okay, I whispered to myself. A seagull cried overhead, and for some reason, I laughed softly. No drama. No betrayal. Just, me. Elena's words from months ago echoed in my mind, you're stronger than you think. I smiled. I am. I really am. A voice came from nowhere, though I knew it was just my thoughts, do you hate her? I shook my head. No. I don't hate Hania. I outgrew the part of me that needed her. I needed me more. I kicked at the sand, watching it scatter. I guess, she was a lesson. Painful, yes. But necessary. She showed me what I can survive. She showed me I can rise. I closed my eyes, feeling the wind on my face. And I have. I'm not broken. I'm whole. Stronger. Free. The sun dipped low, painting the water in gold and crimson. I whispered, softly but firmly, thank you, past. Thank you, pain. You made me who I am. And I like who I am now. I stepped forward, letting the waves wash over my feet, cleansing more than just sand. For the first time, I felt completely, at peace. No regrets. No bitterness. Just me. And the life I built.